Hey, what's up, guys? Ashby at Ashby Farms. Back down here at my snow camp yard, one of them. And just to give you an idea, so I had a busy week. Dealt with the bear fence, got the bear fence up. Doesn't look like the bears come back here for the last couple nights. I've been working at the house building just a ton of frames this week. Probably built, I don't know, 500 or 600 frames. And then to give you an idea, so up to right here on down, we got through and split those earlier this week. I'm back. We've got these 12 double deeps right here. I don't know if you can see this, but the ground, it rained. We had 4 days no rain, so we were moving bees 2 nights ago to the queen mating area, just getting our numbers with that up. We've got queens emerging today or tonight, whenever, a first round. And then basically we are at a point now where hives are going to start to, well, let's back up a second. So we've had a cold snap now. This is the end of 10-day cold snap. Tomorrow night and the next night, so today is like the 18th of March. The next 2 nights it's going to be like 25, 26 degrees. And then we get into mid 70s daytime, lows at night, like 40. And this is our recipe for swarming. So today is Saturday morning, and the goal today, we're going to get through 2 yards today, we're going to get through 2 yards tomorrow, and the whole point is just getting through the frames. If I happen to take the queen as part of a split, it's not the end of the world, but obviously I'd like to leave the queen in the parent colony. So this is like a pickle. Everybody, any commercial beekeeper runs into this where you go, man, the bees are just expanding faster than what I can control. So you have a decision to make. It's like, should I take my time with each and every colony and lose 50 hives to a swarm? There goes my money as far as a potential nuke split. There goes the potential for a honey crop. So when you start analyzing all these things, basically we're going to be quick flipping through the frames to give new folks an idea about how to quick flip through frames. So I know that these 12 behind me are packed out. There's a feeder in the top box, and that's 8 frames in the top box, and then we've got 10 frames in the bottom box. It is more than likely that the queen will be on the middle 5 frames in the top box or the center 8 frames in the bottom box. So right there, we're down to 13 out of 18 frames that we're mainly looking for the queen. Sometimes if these hives aren't so strong, the top box may still be, I call them blanks, foundations, whatever, but if we can quick look over a blank, the queen is going to be where she can lay eggs most of the time. I mean, like 90% of the time. So when I'm quick flipping through frames and I'm making nuke boxes, we're going to be making a lot of weak nukes today. 3 of the 5 frames will have bees. What that looks like is 1 frame of open brood, 1 frame of capped brood, bees, and a frame of food. Sometimes you can't always get that exact number. We call them foodie broodies. It's a frame that has a little bit of everything on it. Some honey around the edges, pollen ring around that, and then some brood right in the center. And then if we do happen to find a queen, I've got a little queen clip, we'll isolate her, and then I can really go to town on the hive. I don't mind setting hives back on March the 19th. We're still a month away. We're 4 weeks away. That's 2 cycles of bees, or really a cycle and a half. But remember, we want our honey production colonies to hit their peak population at the earliest April 20th. So if we look, today's March, the 18th, and it's May 1st when they peak, that's okay. So we can take let's say I find the queen. We're going to take the colony back to 2 frames of capped brood, 1 frame of eggs, and a bunch of blank foundations. And we're going to isolate that queen just in a queen clip, and we're going to shake every other bee out of all of this into the nukes. Spread it across maybe 3 or 4 nukes. And then I'll be back here in the morning to pick up these nukes. What that means is all of the foraging force is going to fly home, and it just leaves my nukes with nurse bees only. Then the way my cell, I do mine a little bit different, and some people, everybody beekeeps differently. My cell builder right now is, we started cells 4 days ago, so that my queen cells are gonna emerge 4 days ahead of the cells that the nukes will build. I like that because if for some reason my cell fails to emerge, then that colony is only 4 days behind until its own queen cells that it makes emerges. It's like insurance. Basically, farmers have two problems, like with my tomato business. First problem, grow the tomatoes. Second problem, everybody else is also growing tomatoes, so we got to find who will buy. First problem in beekeeping, make the nukes. Second problem, everybody's trying to sell nukes. So I've got a couple outlets for a couple hundred colonies right now of nukes. It's a wholesale price, but at the same time, keep it moving. So with that idea in mind, the whole goal this time of year is to just take our parent colonies, significantly set them back. We're gonna mow through 1, 2, 3, 4 yards today, a fifth on Monday. We've already gotten through the other colonies, other 3 yards this week. And we just want to set them back this time of year. I know that's hard for some of you to go, why would I want to set my colony back? I want to take it down to a 10 frame single, ideally like 1 food, 3 broods, a feeder, and 4 blank foundations. And then let the foragers come home. Flash forward maybe 3 weeks from now, that's April 5th-ish, and we'll come in, we'll give them a second box. They'll draw out that second box really quick. Our nectar flow around here historically hits April 20th, so that's our target date. Mother Nature's been a little 2-3 weeks early this year. It doesn't change our target date. More than likely, the tulip poplar trees know within 10 days or so that it's time for them to put on nectar flow. Tulip poplar is a big thing in our area. We've got a 26-acre field across the street from here. The guy plants it's Ray's Crazy Mix. It's a pasture rehab mix, so it's like crimson sweet clover that emerges, or it blooms first. Hairy vetch and white clover comes on second, and that is pretty much April 20th to June the 5th is the target goal on that as far as bloom date, and that's going to provide me a really good honey crop. Our other snow camp yard down here, I'm very blessed with. I talked with the owner just this week. It turns out he's been planting that Ray's Crazy Mix for about 3 years now. I got a 260-acre pasture. 260-acre pasture over there. That's a new yard for us, but we expanded into last year. 260 acres of planted food for all his cattle. Same mix. I just stopped and looked at hairy vetch on the way down here. It is just blooming. It's not blooming, it's booming. The forage itself stands about 10 to 12 inches tall right now. The clover will stretch through that. When that stuff comes in, you've got to have hives ready to go. So the plan is our first round of splits that we did last weekend, that the queens are emerging today. Whatever we don't sell out of that batch will get distributed to fill in holes in my current yard. With that being said, I would rather have an additional 30 colonies down by that field rather than filling in, like right over my shoulder, right here is a blank where the hive died out over winter. I'd rather have a whole yard down there, a whole additional yard. We can put 60 hives in an area where you've got this much tree cover. I talked to our state bee inspector. There's no other commercial beekeepers within 8 miles of me. There's only a handful of hobbyist hives, but when we find these things out, it's like a gold mine. I just find these little pockets, and I'm just gonna call it the Lord's blessings. Like I'm just blessed. Dumb luck, whatever you want to call it. But I consider it being very blessed. And so the first goal is to put an additional 30 colonies down there. We'll get there right in time for that bloom. Hopefully get a whole box of honey off of it. Because I run all deeps, a deep 10 frame box of honey is like 80 pounds. That would be fantastic. to get those nukes to expand and build 1 box of honey this year, that would be great. So it's constantly just making decisions based on what you're seeing. Sometimes, like, you know, that plan just occurred this week because I happened to notice that big pasture is just now, you know, everything else is like right behind me. This is all grass. This has a pale green color. That hairy vetch has this like really lush dark green color. I stopped, I got out, looked in the pasture. I saw all the clover coming in. You know, you just make game time decisions. But when you're in the honey biz, that's what we do. So we'll sell whatever nukes at a first round to our customers. We've still got people calling in, placing orders. So if we end up selling them all, that's great. If not, then any additional bees, we're going to put them to work making honey. These bees here, let's see. I'm doing some quick math in my head. Today's the 18th. That means on the 28th, their own would emerge. So that means on the 24th, my cell will emerge. We give it a week for the queen to get enough strength, go on a mating flight. So that means April 1st, she's back in laying. And we'll follow up around April 15th. That weekend, that's mid-April, and make sure that we've got a good, successful nuke. And then these will go right in. I mean, by that point, they'll need to move into a 10-frame box. Within 2 weeks, May 1st, these are the splits for today that I'm making. So then flash forward 2 weeks, May 1st, that 10-frame box should be drawn out. We'll give them a second box, and all of May, they will draw out those 10 frames and fill it with honey. And then June 1st, June 5th, something like that, we'll start harvesting those boxes of honey. So that is the plan for today's nukes. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm Ashby with Ashby Farms. I know everybody on YouTube asked this, but if you would please subscribe, comment, and like. Whenever you do that, it helps my channel grow. It helps the algorithm let you know that you like what I'm producing. So hope y'all have a great day. Thanks. Bye.